Hey y'all, welcome to the weekly traditional. I said it again every time. The original traditional original CrockPet diet, the original CrockPet diet Q&A roundup. I am Michael Daly, a certified holistic pet health coach through Dr. Roberts, certified canine massage therapist, and certified equine shiatsu massage practitioner. Here to help answer your questions as best as I can. So I hope everyone's having a good week. I'm going to go on the Facebook page, check out any questions. I got Nemo down here beside me. Nemo's always my little co-host. So there he is. I don't know why he's over there. He's got I've set up this bed over here, right there, um, next to him. And yes, you saw kibble in his food. Sometimes he's picky. He's being picky right now. So he's getting some from kibble, but gotta do what you gotta do with cats. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, as you all know. All right. Let's get to the Y'all, I forgot to share the screen. I think that's what it is. Thank you for tagging me, Delora. So y'all should be able to hear or see me now. Now I'm going to share the screen like I'm supposed to. Bam! And then I do this. All right. I think I got it now. Oh shoot, hold on, y'all. Ah. Okay, now we should be good. I'm so sorry, everybody. I forgot to do that. I knew something felt wrong. I got it. Thank you for tagging me, Delora. Okay, start again. All right. So May's question about the hashtags. It's right here at the top of the page for y'all. So yeah. So if you just go and it's there, and I'm checking before any uh I have to approve any of it. So I'm thrown off. I'm so sorry, y'all. I have to approve anything. So you're fine. I got you. I got you. It's so and there's other pet health coaches on here. That's what I was saying. So like Dolores, a pet health coach, um, that are on here that can really help answer questions as well. So that's why hashtag pet health coaches, because I'll hop right in. All right. Oh my lord. All right, hold on. Mike needs more coffee today. So these, as I was saying, are some new pet health coaches, Wilma and Paris. Wilma's amazing. And Paris was my mentee, so she is phenomenal. I learned more from Paris than she did from me, I feel like. So they'll be on here. I think Wilma had popped up a hi earlier. Um, all right. I had a good dress rehearsal with one of the questions. All right. I was at the rules. That was the omega nutrition coconut oil for Jennifer. I was saying I couldn't find it on the shop either, but not to worry about it. Just sometimes she'll have oils in the shop and sometimes not. It doesn't mean that it's bad if it's off the shop. So don't feel like that's the reason why. Uh, did that? I just had the question I was talking about. Oh, okay, that was it. All right, let me go. I didn't mean to miss. I'm glad I did this because I missed May's. Um, yeah, May. Poor May had an issue with someone had turned the oven off, and so the food was left out longer. And yeah, I don't. I mean, I so like I was saying, May, if it was me, I'd be like, well, I'll eat it for myself and see what happens. But for your pets, I hate that you got to throw it out, but I'd say safer than sorry. Oh, Sue was right though. I may have checked the temp with a food thermometer. I guess it depends also where you live. Yeah, it's so hard to say. I just like I'd rather just say throw it out just in case. I don't want to say yeah. Jessica Fisher, another one of our pet health coaches. I'd start her over. Meat shouldn't sit out that long. I'd listen to Jessica. Jessica is like she's a wise one. All right. Now that I've gone up and down on the Facebook page, making everybody sick. Hold on. All right. So Zoe Kozlovich had a question. I remember seeing a post about environmental allergies. My Yorkie is suffering badly, and all he does is scratch, and I'm not sure what to do. I feel you, Zoe. It is like itch season right now. So Mark and Julie had put histopods, which helped out their guy Robbie. I love how y'all do your name, Mark and Julie. I like the N. I love that. Um, And Histopause is great. So Histopause has quercetin, which is a bioflavonoid, and stinging nettles, which are the needles outside on some stems of plants and can cause a histamine reaction. But if taken orally, especially with quercetin, can work as an anti-inflammatory antihistamine. Um, and then Sue Rice had recommended having them allergy tested. Absolutely. Dana put in a great point. I tried the histopause, but at a dosage that worked. It really upset Jack's stomach, but it did work at a high dosage. I eventually had to pull the trigger and get antihistamines from the vet. So, yeah. So if your dog is itching badly, we'll tell you to double the dose of histopause, but that can cause an upset stomach. So just be wary. And some dogs, not all dogs, but some dogs. But I love that it worked though. That's great that it worked, Dana. Unfortunately, Jack, who loves to make your life so fun of adventures, got a upset stomach. So hope Mr. Man's doing okay. Zoe had said they're in the process of doing allergy testing, first doing food, then environmental, leaning towards environmental. Catherine Beckham, which I hope I said that right. How are you testing it for environmental allergies? I have eliminated all food triggers based on Glacier Peaks test, but his itching persists. And she said, we will be, once we've done eliminating, oh, and then Zoe answered, we will be doing that once we eliminate all food triggers. Yes. So, and one of the things I was talking about that you guys couldn't see or hear was, so yeah, I just, every client that I'm doing now, I have an allergy test done. I just hands down before I even start a diet, because I'm just, one thing that I'm running into seeing a lot of is glucosamine coming up as a reaction. So Shellfish, and there's so many products that have glucosamine in it that we have, like glucosamine chondroitin. Arthropause has glucosamine in it. So yeah, so really look for that. That's the thing about these tests, like, and I miss sometimes with clients, like, you have to really look at them and and the key things to do are to look at what is causing a reaction, and then looking at the supplements that you have. So a lot of the supplements can be flavored. So you want to make sure that if they have a beef allergy, that they don't have a beef flavored supplement. Kelp is another thing that they're coming up positive for. So that means that you'd have to replace the kelp in the CrockPet diet with an iodine supplement. So yeah, so really, really keep an eye out for that. And then there was someone that's, why is this moving? Having a hard computer day, y'all. There we go. Candace had said try Cesarex by Gold Standard Herbs, and that's what I was saying. I was looking up, and it looks like it's, yeah, I would give that a roll as well. It looks like it had different roots that basically Chinese herbs that basically help with spleen qi deficiency, which I was going to go over when I go over the raw and cooked diet idea. So so yeah, I know. I know, Catherine, it can be really frustrating with food allergies. I'm in the South, and it's just constant. So I know. And I'm telling you, like, one of my main goals and my main struggles is there's so many pets here on Apoquil, because it's just the one thing that's helping them. And I had a client, one of my newer clients, I started them on no, I hadn't even started them yet on the CrockPet diet, but I wanted to see, just because they started this dog on Apoquil because the dog was licking. And I was like, oh, well, is that a reason to really start that? And so I had the owner start to titrate it down. The week that this dog titrated down, the owner went to work, came home, and the dog had licked its arms up and down, and there were hairless spots. I mean, it was so bad. So yeah, it's tough. It's really, really tough. So all we can really try to do is do the best on focusing on decreasing inflammation, supporting the gut. So if you have not tried the histopause, give that a try, and then try slowly doubling the dose. And just watch out for upset stomachs. Make sure that they're on a good probiotic to help with the gut. Make sure you are looking at the test and what's in your supplements, if they're on supplements. Be really, really picky about that kind of stuff. You can try, there's different sort of apple cider vinegar sprays. There's rosemary tea spray you can try. So yeah, so keep us posted on that, Catherine. I know it's really tough with environmental. It's a long process. And sometimes if we can just get them down to, if they were itching obsessively to itching just like mildly, And that's good, you know? Sometimes and that's the thing too, that I work with clients that like the second their dog itches, they're like, "Oh my god, my dog's itching. What do I need to get them on?" And sometimes dogs just itch. So I'm not saying that's in your case, but just be be aware of that. I do run into that. So I realize that. So all right. And keep us posted, Zoe. Lori had shared some really cute pictures. Hello, I thought I'd share pictures of my dogs and introduce myself. I'm a holistic pet health coach. Oh, another one of yeah. I'm sorry, Lori. I saw your name 1,000 times in the homework. Lori's awesome. I've been learning from Dr. Ruth and feeding the CrockPet diet to my dog since October 2017. The black and tan dog is 17 years old and doing quite well thanks to good food and healthy lifestyle. The other is my 5-year-old Greyhound baby who also loves the food. That's awesome. Yeah, and Lori is another great one. So many pet health coaches now, y'all. It's really, really great. Poor May having to throw the food out. I'm so sorry, May. Let's see. And that was just an old one. Raven had some calculating confusion. Okay. We all should be seeing the screen now. This is you sharing our screen if we can't, if so, we can't see it. I am. So you should be able to see it now. It says Restream is sharing my screen. So, okay. All right. So what I was going to talk about with y'all was a little bit, and probably not as articulate as Dr. Roberts does, but just a little bit of why we prefer the cooked over raw. Get out of here. Let's see. Oh my gosh, y'all! I'm so sorry. I got so confused in this. Now I should be on Facebook. I am so sorry. I don't know why I'm so confused today. So this has basically been you've been seeing this the whole time. I should be showing you Facebook. I am so sorry. So I was going through the questions on Facebook. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't know why I'm so thrown off today. So yeah, so let me now I'm terrified to have this discussion because I am completely like off kilter today. So let me start off with the idea with cooked food versus raw. It's not I never this is one of the things that I tell clients all the time is I don't debate about it. I really don't. I have clients in California that I did massage for that do raw and they love it and their pets are doing fine by it. I worked in a clinic for 11 years with Dr. Roberts, and that's what we promoted was the CrockPet diet. And so working there, I saw the most amazing changes there, and so that's why I believe in it and why I follow it, and I like the theories behind feeding cooked food over raw. And there's theories with why to feed raw, but I prefer the theories over cooked, and so does Dr. Roberts, and that's why we promote it. So it's not this isn't like a oh you need to be doing cooked because raw. It's nothing like that. So yeah, so that's what I'm kind of going to go through with y'all is the theories of the reasons why we like cooked over raw. So one of the theories has to do with traditional Chinese veterinary medicine, and that's what the original CrockPet diet is based on: traditional Chinese veterinary medicine. So the best way to kind of explain this, because it helped me, is to we're looking at the spleen, and so the spleen in Chinese medicine isn't necessarily the spleen that it is in Western medicine. So if you look at the spleen sort of in Chinese medicine as sort of like Earth, you have Earth and then you have all these other planets around it. So when food enters the body, it first goes into the spleen. And the spleen's job is to transform the food into what's called gu qi and also called the essence of life. So it needs to transform that food properly. And if it does it properly, then it transports the gu qi into the different parts of the organs. And when it's transported properly, after being transformed, then the rest of the organs work in order. And so the best way for food to be transformed properly is it to be cooked, to be at a temperature that the spleen can transform it properly into gu qi. So that is the reason behind traditional Chinese veterinary medicine of why the cooked is more preferred. So, and also the idea behind the original CrockPet diet is to not only help with, and that's so a lot of pets have spleen qi deficiency, which is also known as leaky gut syndrome. So that is why we start with that to help resolve spleen qi deficiency. So the CrockPet diet is there to do that. It's there to help to resolve stagnation. And so stagnation is a blockage of the channels in the body. So if we have all these channels that go through our body, that qi, the essence of life, flows through. Now, if we have an issue in that body, then that means that there's blockage in that channel, and that blockage is called stagnation. So the original CrockPet diet helps resolve that stagnation. So when you hear the word resolve, stagnation, it's clearing that. So it does that. It also helps tonify the blood. So the blood through our body is the essence of life and helps move and transport and transform so that all that stuff can go into the organs properly. It also helps resolve phlegm. And so phlegm in Chinese medicine are things like lumps or bumps or nodules. And so it helps prevent or lessen those happening. So if you look at the CrockPet diet, it has things like mustard, garlic, turmeric. Those are all to help resolve stagnation. So that's the Chinese veterinarian reason behind cooked food. So then there's the discussion over the ancestral idea with dogs. Let's start with dogs. So, wolves are the ancestors of dogs, so dogs should be eating like wolves. So the theory with the cooked idea is that there's some papers that came out that 40,000 years ago, the species separated. And so there's canine familiaris lupus, which are wolves, and canine familiaris, which are dogs. And so canine familiaris and Homo sapiens sort of came around at the same time. And so there was that original like man's best friend domestication kind of thing. And so basically those dogs ate what we ate. So we would throw them our scraps and we would throw them things like that. And so over time, dogs have basically evolved eating the same things we have eaten. So the theory is that that's why we're seeing so many of the same issues that we're having, like chronic inflammation, things like anxiety, things like cancer, because we've been eating more pro-inflammatory meals and as well feeding our pets that meal. So getting them on a more paleo diet is going to help decrease that inflammation. And so that being said, there are people that, so if there are still wolves out there that still kill and hunt and things like that. But like if your pet went outside and like killed and hunt something, most likely they'll have an upset tummy. And there are people there, but there are people that believe that humans the same way, their initial diet was raw. And so there are some people that actually like eat raw food, like legitimately raw food. They'll put like lemon on raw chicken to kill the bacteria and eat it. So, and that tends to work for them. So it's sort of those things like if it works for you, that's wonderful, but these are sort of theories of why I like cooked diet. And so does, that's why we promote it. So, so with cats, I wrote notes down, y'all. I'm not as smart as Dr. Robert. I can't keep it all in my head. So with cats are absolute carnivores. And so what we're running into is the pickiness, right? It's the absolute, like cats are just like, oh my gosh, they can't, it's so hard to transition them to the CrockPet diet. And it's also hard to transition them to raw diet. It really is, because the fact of the matter is that cats are carb addicts. They're sugar addicts or carb addicts. And so we've all like raised them eating kibble. So it's really, really hard to transition. Dr. Roberts talks all the time about her cat, Romy, that took, it was 6 months to get from kibble to canned. And then another 3 months to get to the CrockPet diet, and so that's the amount of work it took. And as all y'all know, that's a lot of work. It's more work than I would do. Like I give in to my cat so easily, he's eating kibble right now. I mean, come on. So it's hard. And eventually, she had said, like when Romy got to an older age, like she was just not going to eat anything, and she eventually had to go back to kibble because the thing is, cats will starve themselves. They're not like dogs. Like dogs, you can sort of like okay, you're not eating, and then eventually like oh, I'll eat anything. But cats tend to like they can really hurt themselves not eating. So so once again, the idea with cats eating the crockpet diet has to do a lot with the spleen chi deficiency. And so a lot of questions are too, well, so cats are hunters. So why can't we just, if they go out and eat a bird or a mouse or something like that, why can't we just like give them like bones and meat and throw them that since they already eat outside? And it has to do with the temperature. So again, it's a Chinese veterinary medicine thing. So the idea is that a raw diet is cold and damp, and cold doesn't necessarily mean um like freezing. So because people will say like, well, I'll just leave it at room temperature and they can eat it. No, it has to do more, and this is where Chinese medicine get a little confusing. It has to do with like cold is raw while cooked is different. So it's cold and damp. So like that's where the difference lies. So if a cat goes out and eats a bird or a mouse, the animal's body temperature, the bird or the mouse, is already at 95 degrees or like 106 degrees. So it is warmer as opposed to if you just put like raw food on a counter and that temperature, it's actually a lot lower. So it's still hard to process into Gucci with the spleen. So um, so yeah, so that's a little bit of the reason why we prefer cooked over raw. Now again, like if you're doing raw and raw is working, that's fine. It's the thing is, it's still better than feeding kibble, and that's the thing too. It's like people say, "Well, I went from kibble to feeding raw, and now my animal's doing really wonderful." Well, yeah, because you went from feeding kibble and store-made processed food to a more healthy, you know, real food diet. So the Chinese medicine idea behind that is that, yeah, that's healthy, but after a while, the spleen's gonna keep having more of a difficult time transforming that food into gu qi to help the other organs. So you're gonna start finding a possible imbalance. And so that's sort of the theory why it's like, oh, this is kind of why we like the cooked over the raw. So I hope that was really helpful and understandable as I ramble on about things. But that's the theory behind it. So, but again, like, listen, this isn't like a don't feed raw. Like, if it's working for you, it works for you. But cooked food, I'm telling you, for me and for my experience, it's worked amazing. And again, I think that I stand by the fact that I worked at a clinic for 11 years with Dr. Roberts and saw the most amazing, amazing, amazing transition. So yes. All right. Hopefully y'all are seeing me because I'm really nervous and nothing's working. Um, let's see. Okay, a lot of chats that we can't see you. So I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. Let's see. It's like the one that I put an advertisement basically, and y'all were all gonna watch, and you couldn't see me through half of it. Okay, anyone there? I can't hear. I thought maybe said good to know. It's just not me. It's not there. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm going to Facebook see if I can unpost it. There you are. Okay, you found me. Are you sharing the screen? Yeah, I figured out. I'm so sorry. I made a new batch yesterday. Excellent. May. Delora, Michael, you're not sharing your screen. Now we can't see it. Nope, see you. There it is. See it now. LL. Well done. I see you. Oh my gosh, y'all. I'm so sorry. I wanted this to be spot on. All right. So hopefully, even though I did not share my screen, it was only a couple of questions, and I read the questions for you. So I hope you got any answers. I'm here if you have any more, of course. And I hope that I helped clear up a little bit of uh, why we prefer. I hate doing that because it makes it sound verse, but why we prefer cooked over raw. So yeah. All right. I'll see y'all next week. I promise I will have this together next week. Y'all take care. I'm glad I made you laugh, Laura. Oh, good. I'm glad it was helpful. All right. Y'all are doing a wonderful job. Again, honored to help you. I learn a lot from you. So thank you. All right. I'll see y'all next week.